It's a Shir on Tefilla. We got to Shir. Now we're going to do the Shir of Yom Reviee, fourth day on Wednesdays. On Wednesday, we say Kel we say Perek on Telim, 94th Perek of Telim, that starts with Kel Negamot Hashem, Kel Negamot Piyah. Now we're going to call God of revenge is Hashem. God of revenge is Hashem. He appeared himself. He rises, Shofet Ha'aretz, the judge of the land, and he pays, punished the Ge'im, the arrogant, until when the Rishonim are happy and rejoicing themselves, Baruch Hu come and he shofet them. You're killing Almana Begir, destroying the orphans, and they say Hashem doesn't see that. Now the Navi David HaMelech says, realize, ignorant people and those who are fooled. Hashem implanted ears in a person, he doesn't listen. He created eyes in a person, he doesn't see. I used to go him, Alo Yochiyah, chastise the goyim, he would criticize them, Hashem knows the thoughts of a person. Fortunate is the person that Hashem disciplines him, and from his Torah teaches him. Any bad things that happens, it's good. Save him, to rest him from the days of bad. But for Rasha, what does Hashem do? Hashem digs the pit for him. Hashem doesn't leave his nation and his inheritance, heritage doesn't forsake. And our Shvaru would come back. Me doesn't nobody over that Hashem comes and judges who would stand with the person with body of him. If Hashem would not have been our help, we would have been destroyed. Therefore, all the Mishnah talks about this thing and Hashem of revenge. Now, the Gemara says that Mishnah in Talmud says that why do we say this Mishnah on Wednesday? Because Wednesday, sun and moon and stars were created. Sun and moon and stars were created that the people should see them as a servant of Hashem, to become close to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, to see the might of Hashem, to see the greatness of Hashem. Hashem created sun to give light to people, photosynthesis to create trees and to develop, to make nourishment for the trees to grow, and the planet should be light, and moon give light at night, stars, all of the beauty to make us close to Hashem. Now, what did people do? People use the same vessels, the same vehicles that HaKadosh Baruch Hu created, that they should become close to him. They turn it over. They use it as idols, independent idols in itself, and they worship it. Now, once the person goes against, 100% against, in other words, what should have been that we would educate ourselves from this sun, moon, stars, and become closer to Hashem, we use it the other way. That creates a nikama, that creates punishment. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is a father of mercy and is endless in mercy and patience, but sometimes he doesn't have tolerance for somebody who turns over everything. Kel Negamot Hashem, Kel Negamot Hashem. That day, HaKadosh Baruch Hu created these things to be helpful to people, to come closer, and they get away. That's why the Mishnah talks about HaKadosh Baruch Hu doesn't have tolerance for some people, and he would get to punish them. Now, it's interesting, on this day also, in other words, sun and moon, there's a deeper meaning also. Moon went to HaKadosh Baruch Hu and told him that, we can't have two kings. Can't have two kings. I'm a king, and son is a king. Who is the king? We can't have two kings. I'm sorry, in your plan, we cannot have two kings. Hashem says to the moon, hey, you are right. We can't have two kings. Go and make it that small. Go and make yourself small. The Rabbi Shlomo took away the light from the moon and sun, like the apostle says in Parashat Bereshit. Both were same size, the same way. Sun and moon were supposed to be the same way. But moon went and complained. HaKadosh said, now you complain, go and make that small. Make yourself small. And moon doesn't have any light, it's a reflection of the sun, and sun becomes the powerful on earth. Now the question is, what was wrong with claim of me. No, first of all, if HaKadosh Baruch Hu has a plan for his creation, let's imagine the architect is speaking, we make a building, somebody knows a little bit about architecture, not doesn't know, he comes and he complains against him. He says, oh, I'm going to change my plan because of it. Now here, it sounds like HaKadosh Baruch Hu has a plan for his building, yeah, of course. And now Moon comes and says something, Hashem changes his plan. Why should Hashem change his plan? Because of the Moon complaining something. Tell the Moon, no, you're wrong. The other thing is that what was wrong with Moon? In other words, Moon said something. Is he right or wrong? If he's wrong, tell him you're wrong. If he's right, why do you punish him? He's saying something good, something right. You punish somebody who said something good. If he did something good, why do you care for whatever that he said and change the plan? Now we have to understand that whatever dialogue goes with HaKadosh Baruch Hu and the creatures, are not a real dialogue, not a confrontation. Nobody could confront HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Nobody could. It is only for education. Because the world, HaKadosh Baruch Hu created human beings. And every dialogue, everything that Hashem created, every change, every surah that happens to all of the creatures, are that human beings should learn something, should understand something, should help the human beings to get to know HaKadosh Baruch Hu, to develop, to improve themselves better. Now, HaKadosh Baruch Hu created sun and moon equal. Moon comes and he says, why do we have two kings? Now the question is, Mr. Moon, who told you you are king? If we have a king, we could have many ministers. We could have many prime ministers. But yes, you're right, we could have only one king. Who told you you are a king, Mr. Moon? King is HaKadosh Baruch Hu. All of us equally working for Hashem. What's wrong? Who told you are a king? Therefore, that is the evil that started. Now, how do we deal with that? Christ is teaching us, unbelievable lesson. Somebody is so arrogant that he thinks that he's a king. It's not so simple to tell him that you're not a king. He would get convinced. He would not get convinced. If whatever reason is went to his mind that he's a king, now tell him you are not a king, you are talking to war. Nothing happens. The only way to make him understand that you are not a king, to take away everything from him. It should become reflection. You should understand that there is nothing that you have. Everything belongs to somebody else. As long as that doesn't happen to a person that he feels that he owns everything, nothing works. Talk to him, convince him, try to convince him day and night, good luck. Nothing happens. Therefore, HaKadosh Baruch Hu took away. And that's a lesson for us. In this world, we are not a king, we are ministers. We are the Eved Hashem. Accept his decrees, accept HaKadosh Baruch Hu, accept whatever that Hashem is doing. And once we do that, like the Shemesh Bikurat, like the sun, the might. But once we feel that it is mine, I did it, I made it, it's my power, my thing, that becomes a catastrophe. That person loses everything. HaKadosh Baruch Hu gives blessings, everything good to a person, as long as the person acknowledges that's from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. But once we don't acknowledge that, once we feel that I did it, I made it, it's okay, let me see how much you could do, how much light you have, how much light you could produce. Nothing, you cannot produce anything. Therefore, that is what we are saying every Wednesday, to remind ourselves, Kel Nazamot Hashem means HaKadosh Baruch Hu gives us sun and moon, all of these things, therefore, vehicle to be device for us to get closer to Hashem. Getting closer to Hashem means the more we feel independent, the more we feel we could do it, the less blessing and bracha we're going to have. Bracha Wednesday is understand, like a son, not like a me, not to complain. And to understand you are a minister here, you're not a king. And the word is not our word, it's the word of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and we are there to submit ourselves to Hashem.